Hello and welcome to the Hijabi Journalist Show Edition 1. My name is Nima Nzani Kasem. Thank you for joining me. So I believe in my last show I talked about making this platform a more open platform where I shall be inviting different women from different, playing different roles in society to come and discuss certain issues affecting their community. So today in my show I have invited the beautiful Asli Galgalo. Asli, welcome in my show. Welcome Sana. Karibu. It's a pleasure. So I'm going to invite Asli to tell us a little about herself. I know how much she hates this question, but there is no option. She'll have to tell us a little about herself before we venture into details.
Okay, most of these questions they ask in job interviews and they freak me out. So when you ask, tell me about yourself, okay, well, Asli, I'm Kenyan. Passionate about life, I'm passionate about humanity. I'm a journalist. Been practicing for a while now, just graduated last year, but been practicing while in school also. So basically, I am a big sister to 5 beautiful children, 4 girls and 1 brilliant boy. Yes, I come from Kayole in the famous Eastlands. Yeah, I work at Star TV now. Yeah.
You are literally the eldest daughter. How does it feel, all that responsibility?
It's awesome. Responsibility kind of sucks sometimes, but when you know what you love, when you know your responsibility, when you're taught from when you're young, I think some things are just inborn, and leadership starts from home. That's for one. So when you're a firstborn, they did so much from you. They will drain you. The kids request a lot of things from you. They think you work even if you're not working. So they're always asking for stuff. Asli nilete ice cream. You don't even have that.
I know.
That was way back when I was in school. But well, through struggles, through hard work, through motivation, you get to be a bigger elder sister or brother. So it's fun being an elder.
Is it any kind of pressure? Like no pressure? Or... I know.
It's a lot of pressure, but you have to handle it.
It must be, because I feel like everyone is looking up to you and trying to follow in your steps. So if you...
It's actually messy. Once you mess, everyone else messes. Yes. They have you for an excuse. Like Asli goes wrong, we all go wrong.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. She goes, yes, Asli did this, so I'll do this. Mbona hukumkataza? Yes.
So would you say, let me ask you something, Asli. What is your biggest inspiration in life?
My biggest inspiration in life? Doing what you love. A teacher once told me that when I was in high school, so he gave me this book when you're a performer in class, and he said, doing what you love is freedom. No, doing what you love is, I don't know, something he said, but loving what you do. No, doing what you love is freedom, but loving what you do is success. That is it. So I love what I do. I love doing journalism. I love doing what I do. That is basically my biggest inspiration in life.
What would you say inspired you to choose journalism as a career?
It's a childhood dream. When you're a child and you get up in the morning, go in front of a mirror and speak to yourself like you're broadcasting. And I think where I drove my inspiration, or rather my motivation of being a journalist, was when I was in class 5. So my teacher, she was my social studies. At the time we go to a GHC, CRE teacher said, I used to write so fast. So when she dictates, I'm the first person to finish writing. So I once asked her to pardon, like I didn't hear what she said, and she said, I thought you'd make a great journalist. What happened to you? Yes. So from that day henceforth, I've always worked towards being a journalist. It's always been in my brain, it's always been on my mind. So whenever a teacher asks in class, like, what do you want to be when you're done with school? And they'll say, I'm a journalist. I've never said, I want to be a journalist. I have always said, I am a journalist. I think that is one of...
Okay, Asli, I understand you coming from a Muslim society like me. And I'm pretty sure the Muslim society always has a lot to say about journalism as a career. Can you please give us your perception? What have people been telling you? What have they said to you concerning
about that? So my good friend, I hope she will watch this sometime. Her name is Aisha Ibrahim. We went to high school together. So we visited her place. It's in Komarok. So the mom said, "What are you doing now?" That was after school. I told her I'm pursuing journalism. And she said, "I thought that was haram. Why are you doing this? Will you be on TV? Please don't be on TV." Like, could you just write articles for the newspaper? I think that is much better. Do not be on TV. Yes, do not be on TV. It's illegal. You're Muslim, you're Kushite, a lot of stuff. So I have never believed it's haram, because I've seen very many journalists who are Muslim who are on TV. There's no problem with that. People talk, people have different perspective of what it is to be a journalist, or how you should be, or how you should live as a journalist. But I think it's how you behave. Islam is not about what career you do. Islam is about the faith. It's iman. It's, how you behave, how you conduct yourself, how you behave with people. So it has nothing to do with the career.
So what would you say, what would you tell young Muslim women and men who want to be journalists, but probably facing parents asking them not to be journalists, or maybe they're afraid of what society will say to them? What would you tell them right now?
They should not shy away from being whatever it is that they want to be. Most of the amazing, brilliant journalists we have are Muslims. Like, that does not limit you. Your religion should not limit you from being whatever it is that you want to be in life, so long as it does not contradict, or so long as it does not fight with the religion, so long as it's nothing that it's prohibited in Islam. So long as it's nothing haram, it's not haram. Being a journalist is not haram. At least that is what I know.
So would you say that religion is affecting most of the choices we make in our lives professionally? Would you say, so many people have decided to quit their dreams because they're afraid of what the religious perspective on that matter is? Would you say that religion is holding people back from being what they really want to be?
I do not think so. Religion is a very important aspect in our lives, and it's something that we should all uphold, so long as you're religious. But religion actually does not dictate which career you should go into. The careers you should not venture into. Which career is even haram?
Maybe theft. Literally.
It is no job anyways. So I don't think religion will limit you unless you want to venture into something that is illegal. And most of the stuff that are illegal, like drug dealers, it's illegal even in law. So it's illegal in Islam. And you have things, being a stripper, that's illegal. If it's a line of work, prostitution, that's haram. We have models who say, I want to be a model. Muslim girls who want to be models, but they think Islam will limit you from being a model. The things you should, being a model, there are those that dress half naked. It's haram. They go bare. They do not wear the scarf, the hijab. It's haram. You cannot expose yourself. So long as we have Muslim magazines, we have people who model for Muslim fashion houses. We've seen them on Instagram. They're there. I can mention a few, but it's kind of advertisement for them. Yes. So we know very many people who do legal stuff which are not haram, which is very halal, but they model also for products in a halal way, halal products. We also have products that are not halal. Not that I'm an expert in that sector, but yes, religion, it depends on how you see religion.
So it doesn't hold you back, it shapes you to be who you are right now.
It does not. People see Islam as a hard religion, as a tough religion. It's not. It's how you see it, it's how you treat it. All right? It's one of the easiest religion to practice. Just depends on how you see it.
That's true. So Asli, maybe I had you mentioning the Kushite community just a few minutes ago. Maybe you can briefly explain and tell us more. I understand you're Borana. Yeah, I remember. Just give us the little difference there is between the Borana and the Somali and the Oromo. Just explain to us.
There's not much difference. Well, we all fall under the same group. We're all Kushites. We're all Muslims. Most of us are Muslims. And Boranas are Oromos. Somalis are Somalis. Most of the Boranas come from Ethiopia, and then we have several others from Kenya, that is the northern part of Kenya, and they stretch up to the Lamu side, those in Tana River. The Ormas are also Oromos, so this fall under the same group. And then we have Somalis who are in the northern part of Kenya. We're not from the northern part, we're from the eastern, the upper eastern part of Kenya. Then the Somalis are from the northeastern part of Kenya, and they're also from Somali and Djibouti. We also have Somalis in Ethiopia also. So these are just the same group of people. The Oromos speak Oromo, which is Borana. Those of Kenya say we are Borana. We speak Borana because the boundaries here in Kenya, the other ones are in Ethiopia. But we're the same people. We speak the same language. We have the same culture. We have the same beliefs. Yeah, we're the same people.
Maybe you just talked about culture. Do you believe in bad culture?
Yeah, there is bad culture. FGM is bad culture.
Do you practice bad culture in your community?
It's there, though it's like old. It's kind of an old culture. It's not there now. Some guys practice, but through the help of the government, we have local NGOs and people and the sheikhs. It's now going away, but it used to be there. It's still there. We're still fighting it, so it's not over yet.
Okay, Asli, thank you. But maybe just before, we've talked about a lot of things. We've discussed education, we've discussed profession, we've discussed religion, we've discussed culture. Maybe you can give us your thoughts on empowerment, woman empowerment. What are your thoughts on woman empowerment?
It's overrated. I told you this last time, but I didn't like the interview. So it's overrated. I think we are empowered. I'll give an example from the past. Just the recently released KCP results. We had more girls in several counties. All right, we had more girls performing like in top 10. For example, in Borana County, the top 10 students were all girls. There was no single boy in that group. So we're empowered. We're really, really empowered. And I'm actually thinking the boy child is neglected.
Okay, this is new.
Yeah, the boy child is neglected. I'm not speaking for Cyprian Nyakundi though. Yes, I'm speaking for me. The boy child has been neglected. We have weakened the boy child, and by this, we will have a weaker society. There's no way we can have empowered women and not empowered men. All right, guys are just there. There will be weak men, drunkards. They won't be even responsible fathers. They won't make responsible husbands. So we'll have a weak society. For us to have a balanced society, we should empower both the boy child and the girl child equally. That is what when we talk about also equity and equality. Now that I think the issue of empowerment should be about equality and not equity. Yes, and. Speaking for my people and my culture, as the Oromo people, or rather the Borana people, we have a system of governance called the Gather system, which has been actually identified or recognized by UNESCO. It's an organization that empowers the woman. Every person in the society, every person in that community has a role, and the woman is empowered. The woman can do anything the man does. The women build houses. Yes. And whenever a woman is mistreated by a husband or does not get whatever it is that she's supposed to get in that community, she has a system. It's called the CK institution, where she can go complain. She can call the other women and go complain in a baraza or something. Yeah. And in my community, whenever a woman reports anything, they do not judge. Like, it's true. Whatever woman says is true. Whatever a girl says, it's true. And we have these issues of women being raped, young girls being raped everywhere. And in my community, when you rape a girl, that is a woman who is not married, a girl who is not married, it's like you've raped a boy. That is how it's treated. So the penalty is the same as the person who rapes a boy child. That is the much value they give to a woman.
So what are your political aspirations?
I know where that comes from. I love politics. I have always had this dream of, one day representing people, because I feel there's no fair representation of either women or men anywhere in Kenya. Like, guys are just after money, people are just after power, guys are greedy for stuff, and everyone is there to fulfill, or rather to satisfy their stomachs, their wives, their families, and their egos. No one is actually there to protect the interest of the common Kenyan person. So I feel from the community, or rather from the society where I come from, or where I'm born and raised, that is in Nairobi, I will one day, I can't say tomorrow, I won't say the day after tomorrow, I won't say in the next coming elections, but I know, yes.
Someday, inshallah. Asli, thank you so much. I don't know if there's something else you'd like to add.
Not unless you have something to ask.
No, I'll definitely bring you back here. You understand that? So thank you guys for watching the Hijabi Journalist Show. I hope you enjoy this marvelous show and the beautiful Asli. We appreciate you. This is an amazing opportunity. I'm really honored to have you here. She's actually a very good journalist. She's better than I am. Imagining me saying that.
Oh, shut up.
Anyway, thank you for joining us. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Tell a Friend to Tell a Friend. And lastly, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Have an amazing day.